What's up, guys? I'm Barry Harvez.
And I am Ryan Staffson.
And welcome to the Around the Block Weekly Minecraft News Podcast. We've got a couple cool things to talk about today, Ryan, don't we?
Yeah, we got the new snapshot, the Nether Update, snapshot 20W15A. And let me tell you, it won't disappoint.
And also, stick around because we're going to be talking about our Creator of the Week.
Creator of the Week, Video of the Week. We got some leaks.
And we got some funny memes at the end to
memes.
end it off. So stay watching,
tuned.
right?
Stay tuned,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So let's jump right into the snapshot.
Right. Now, I've been hearing a lot about the Nether Update.
I have too. I've heard potentially they're going to remove the Nether.
I actually heard a quick second about that. We're talking to our Mojang.
Yeah, our Mojang rep,
Yeah. Now, to get us started off, Ryan, I'm going to take a quick look at accessibility. Because, I always like to see what they're changing. It looks like they added line spacing chat, which is going to be an interesting option.
Not sure what that means. Can you, double space?
I imagine it spaces the chat out a little bit because, that thing can become a little chaotic on big servers, am I right? And then as well as that, they added...
Looking at you, Mindplex.
Yeah. Oh, man. And another thing they added was a chat delay, which is also going to be useful on servers. I bet, what that's going to do is space out, sort of like a slow-mo.
Slow on the traffic, yeah, slow on the traffic, like you would on a Twitch stream.
But what I'm really interested is in those Nether updates. Tell me about those, Ryan.
So we got some new music tracks in the Nether. We have 3 new music tracks, and this isn't all in order, but this is my favorite, my favorite part.
Right.
The new music tracks. This is honestly something we've never really seen before. They haven't changed the music much, right? Minecraft, it's always been the same sort of music. So they really are going for more of a revamp of how the Nether looks.
Yeah, you were just talking about the look, and I'm actually really excited to talk about the look because they just added something called basalt deltas. And I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation, but who even knows? Get me a dictionary, am I right?
Yeah.
A couple things I'm excited, though, is about, first of all, magma cubes finally spawning consistently in the Nether. That magma cream is impossible to get in the game, and so that's going to be great for those of you looking for it. But my favorite addition is got to be the new Blackstone. It's great to hear that they're representing everyone with this update.
Yeah, I actually heard some small communities talking about it maybe 2 years ago.
Right, exactly, and it's good to see that community's finally getting that representation.
Yeah, on Reddit and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Small subreddits just talking about it, and I'm glad that Mojang is listening, or Microsoft Mojang.
Well, right, they're listening to the community, and it's really good to see that.
Now we're gonna transition over to some leaks, and it's my favorite part.
My favorite part too.
Everyone likes leaks,
but we've been having a little bit of trouble getting those leaks because our Mojang rep has been silent, throughout all this Corona stuff, and so, we care about you guys, right? And so we took finding leaks into our own hands. We're not gonna just depend on everyone to get us our leaks.
We're taking initiative.
Right. And because, everyone's at home. I mean everyone's at home. No one's in the streets. Getting that information directly from the source, there's a lot of cool ways. There's a lot of ways to get that information.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what we did. We went out there. We opened a few doors. Maybe a couple windows, and we got that information.
We sure did. And about that information, let's get to the first leak. So we have my leak that I found.
This is a cool one.
It's a cool one. It's a new tower in the village and a new villager. So it is the defense tower.
Well, right. If everyone knows about the new village update that's been coming out, and I think there wasn't a good way. When they became under siege, there's no one to defend them.
It's just got to be you, and it feels overwhelming at times. And defense tower, we don't know if that's the final name, but we'll have to see in the future. So that's going to be the tower. Now, what's the villager? So after my little bit of research, it's a warrior and an archer villager. Oh, and so does the archer stand on top of the tower? The archer stands on top of the tower, and the warriors come out of the tower at the bottom through the door, and will defend the village. They spawn in every village, no matter what biome. It doesn't really matter. Well, that's good because coming across, you'd almost abandon a village without it. So it's gonna be cool to see. Mm-hmm. And when they raid, it'll spawn more of them, more warriors, and they'll come out the door. As we saw, you can actually go inside these defense towers and see the villagers, but we didn't really get to see much, and that was kind of our main. We didn't have. We didn't have many minutes we could spend, taking a look at this leak. So we had to get out of there. But I think I've one-upped you with my leak. I might have to agree. It's a pretty good one. So one thing I was, and we actually found this on a whim. So, part of that Minecraft world, we were really rushing around to find stuff. We were, and I found explosive stone, or at least that's what it looks like. It has the same texture as stone, except it takes a little longer to mine, and it explodes once you mine it, sort of like a creeper. I'd say about 1.25 times as long. So not much. You're not going to get much of a warning.
Right.
You're just looking at something outside while you're playing, just not really paying attention, and it could blow you up.
Right, and so the creeper explosion radius, that's the exact same explosion radius as the explosive stone.
I think it was.
And I have a theory as to why that is. Because, you have caves, but a lot of people don't use caves because, there are tons of mobs in them. Yeah, so it makes that experience, first of all, you're right, it makes people not want to strip mine as much, maybe to balance the game out a little bit, but also maybe to move people into caves, right? Because then you can walk around caves, but you'll see mobs. So that's going to be exciting to see.
That will be exciting to see.
Next up, we got the video of the week. And that's exciting because, we were talking about something similar to this. That's why I chose this. Because if you don't know, I choose the video of the week. He chooses the creator of the week. Which, maybe a little spoiler for what's upcoming. But what I chose for video of the week has something to do with the snapshot. They just introduced that new music. But you can't, ignore the old music. That music's iconic. That's why this video of the week is the Minecraft theme song extended for 30 minutes by Rockzilla77. It's a great video. I listened to about 40% of it because I had to make sure it was extended for 30 minutes, and it's great. And so I recommend, it's going to be linked below.
Shout out Rockzilla.
Shout out Rockzilla. Go subscribe to him.
He probably needs it. These are all. We don't like to get our videos a week from big creators, but sometimes we have to.
Right, exactly.
And speaking of big creators and small creators, let's get on to the creator of the week.
Creator of the week.
For our creator of the week, we have Minecraft Man. Link gonna be in the description. Go subscribe to him. Go check out his videos.
It's a great. This week is his first episode of his survival series.
First episode. So we're gonna go ahead and just take a look at it. And well, I say that, but we already did.
Yeah.
We were eager to. We couldn't hold ourselves back. So we were watching it, and throughout the video, I really like what he did with his house design. He used a trap door, made it underground, used some ladders. Very interesting with some water.
Right, more than what you'd expect from just a basic cave house.
He really did a good job keeping inventory of his house and making sure everything's there. But speaking of keeping inventory,
well, and that's what I was going to say.
What did we see when he opened his inventory?
We saw the good, but I think his armor is a little lacking by the end there. That leather helmet and iron armor, the leather helmet, you're just kind of losing out on that armor stuff. Just build, it's 5 iron, right? Just make it.
It always saves lives. You got to make that.
And so that's why I'm excited for episode 2. And I'd recommend it. Obviously the links in the description. Survival series episode number 1/first video.
First video. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Minecraft Man. Go check him out.
Now Ryan, you've been doing some hard work recently, haven't you?
I have, and I must say, I have for you today the creation of the week. So let's check it out. It is a house with a nice garden. It's got a bridge going across, and it's got a little farm around it. A little bit of agriculture.
I mean, it looks fantastic. That image is great.
Yeah, it is great.
I mean, how many blocks was that?
I don't really want to take any sides on it, but how many blocks was it?
Yeah,
I would say I venture to say probably about 500 because there's a little underground section.
About
500.
Yeah, and a couple. So yeah, I will say I'm just looking at the image right now, and obviously it's probably on screen right now for people to take a look. Mm-hmm. How long do you think this took to build?
Well, if you ask me, I would say it probably took about 4 hours. A lot of decisions had to be made to on how it was made, all the plants around it, what would go there, the bridge going across.
Right. It seems like that would have taken just tons of time. I'm no builder, so I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I could call myself one. I could call myself one myself, but I don't really want to. I want to be humble about it. I want to say
right, of course.
So that's been the creation of the week.
But now it's time for the funny memes of the week.
Funny memes of the week.
Now, that means you guys have stayed all the way, and so here's a little reward.
A little reward.
Me and Brian tried to outdo each other with the memes we choose.
Sure did, Barry.
And so, I guess we'll start with mine. I chose quite.
That's a good one.
I chose quite. That's pretty good. So obviously, this is talking about how you can't use water in the Nether, because I wanted something a little more to do with the Nether update. It's because the Nether just does not allow water. You can't even put fire out with water. It just immediately disappears.
However, if you use a cauldron, you can actually fill that with water, and I'm wondering if they even thought about that in the new Nether update.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that. And so not only does this mean funny,
it sure is. I'll tell you that much.
It's also
a little bit of a controversial one,
right?
And informational as well.
Because the water doesn't have no power here. He has a little bit of power, so I think that's
Yeah. Now, let's go ahead and check out my meme. This is the one I selected for the week, and I couldn't help myself. It's just too good.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
you can't just not even nobody.
You can't even trust nobody because I mean, and here we see, that's obviously the player,
right?
There's a floating bow behind him, which represents like nobody pulling back
right.
the bow.
And you just good comedy, I guess. It's just well placed. And it even looks like he's sitting down in the chair, which I kind of like the use of the stairs there. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
The stairs is pretty good there.
Well, that's it for the Around the Block podcast. Thank you to my awesome co-host Ryan Staffson,
and to you as well, Barry Harvez.
All the info about us, it's coming up on the screen right now. Check it out. You
check it out.
All that info.
Twitter, Facebook. We got
everything.
All those channels from earlier aren't on the screen, but they're in the description right now. You can check them out. And speaking of the description, why don't you subscribe, hit that bell, like this video, and
check out those people we talked about today.
Check out those people, and we should give them a question in the comments. What do you think?
That's a good idea, Ryan. I think that's a really good idea. How about comment what your favorite Minecraft animal is? There's a ton of them in the game now.
Yeah, and for my question, I'd say, what are your brainstorm ideas? The brainstorm segment's always based around us, but what do you think?
Right, exactly. We'll be taking a look at those comments. We'll be hearting the ones we like, and I think that's all the time we have.
So, see you guys later.